Okay, we just had the WWE Network special live from Madison Square Garden. In other words, the televised house show. Um, Overall, it was an okay show. I've watched a few of the old Saturday Night's main events on WWE Network as well, and it kind of reminds me of those, where, again, those were just kind of televised house shows. Well, anyway, starting things off, we have Sheamus and Rusev taking on Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton in a tag team match. Sheamus and Orton started things off. Then Rusev tagged in, and Orton hit Rusev with a thumb to the eye, and that enabled him to tag in Ziggler. Rusev hit Ziggler with a... Did I say Rusev hit Orton, or Orton hit Rusev? Oh well, Orton hit Rusev. Anyway, Rusev hit Ziggler with a sidewalk slam for a 2 count. Rusev countered a Ziggler dropkick into the Sarge bump, which enabled Rusev and Sheamus to basically cordon off the ring and isolate Ziggler. Let's see. Ziggler managed to pull off a body slam on Rusev and enabled him to get the hot tag to Orton. Orton hit the Hangman DDT on Sheamus. Then he went for the RKO, but Rusev interrupted it and took out both Orton and Ziggler. Sheamus then went for the bro kick, but Orton stepped out of the way. Ziggler hit Sheamus with a super kick, and then Orton hit the RKO for the 3 count and the victory. And then after the match, Rusev started chewing Sheamus. He started chewing Sheamus out, and Sheamus responded by hitting him with a brogue kick. So, I don't think this is really going to be a Sheamus face turn. At least I don't see that in the cards for a while. But make of that what you will. Our second match is Stardust versus Neville. Stardust opened up the match by doing the Honky Tonk Man's shake, rattle, and roll maneuver for some reason. Early on, Stardust hit Neville with a springboard enziguri. Stardust tried to wrap Neville's... tried to do the figure four around the ring post, but Neville pulled him back and smacked his head, Stardust's head into the ring post. Neville hit an Asai moonsault on Stardust. Stardust rallied back and hit a side effect for a 2 count. At this point, Stardust grabbed Neville's entrance cape. He started putting it on and parading around the ring. Stardust climbed up to the top rope, tried to do a maneuver, but Neville countered with a drop kick and then a super kick, and that enables Neville to hit the red arrow for the 3 count and the victory. Excuse me. Yeah, also, for some reason, WWE didn't cover this too much on their website, so I don't have a lot of the pictures for the matches to go with. So yeah, I'll be using a lot of stock pictures from previous pay-per-views. Such as the case with this match, Team Bella versus PCB, and with this one I'm probably going to use the SummerSlam 9 Diva tag. Just imagine I somehow cut Team BAD out of there, just have PCB versus Team Bella. Anyway, starting things off, we had Becky Lynch and Alicia Fox. At one point, Paige tried to go for a tag. Becky refused to tag in Paige. Eventually, she did tag in Paige, rather aggressively. And around this time, the crowd started chanting, "We want Sasha, we want Sasha." Eventually, Becky Lynch tagged back in again, rather aggressively. And Team Bella began to isolate Becky. Eventually, Becky got the hot tag to Charlotte. Charlotte came in and started clearing everyone out. Started to put the figure 8 on Nikki when Paige blind tagged Charlotte in. Unfortunately, this allowed Team Bella to get the upper hand. Eventually, Paige worked her way back to the corner, and Becky and Charlotte basically just dropped down from the turnbuckle and walked away from the ring and left Paige to get beaten up, which she did, and then Nikki hit the rack attack for the 3 count and the win. And then after that, Paige went on this crazy rant where it's like, "How could you do that? I have never walked out on you." It's like, what? This isn't how you get her over as a heel, guys. It just, boy, I don't know. Anyway, the 4th match for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Kevin Owens taking on Chris Jericho. And it turns out this was 25 years to the day since Chris Jericho's first match with not even in WWE or anywhere. It was in his career, his first match in a small town in Alberta. I can't remember the name of it right now. And it was against Lance Storm, and Lance Storm happened to be in the front row. If you haven't seen Lance Storm recently, his head is completely shaved. He was going bald. You could tell he's going like me. He's got a big forehead, and his head was completely shaved. Don Callis, a.k.a. The Jackal, a.k.a. Cyrus, if you remember ECW on TNN. He was also in the crowd. It was sort of a celebration thing for Jericho, but then, anyway, Owens came out, and Jericho hit a couple of drop kicks, which knocked Owens out of the ring. Allowed Owens to kind of draw Jericho out of the ring and get the upper hand on him. Jericho hit a double axe handle and then went for the walls of Jericho, but Owens rolled out of it. Owens hit a powerbomb. Now, it's pop-up powerbomb, just ordinary powerbomb for a 2 count. Jericho went for a lion salt. Owens countered it and then hit the cannonball in the corner. Then Owens went for a senton. Jericho countered that and locked on the walls of Jericho, but Owens managed to get to the ropes. Owens hit a roll-up for a 2 count. Jericho hit a codebreaker for a 2 count. Jericho then went for walls of Jericho. Owens hit a thumb to the eye on Jericho and then rolled him up in a small package for the 3 count. So I guess that's Kevin Owens' new shtick now. He's basically just barely scraping by with victories thanks to ocular damage. Okay, the 5th match of the night. We have the WWE Tag Team Championship on the line. New Day versus the Dudley Boyz. Starting things off, we had Kofi and Devon. The Dudleys go for the What's Up headbutt, only for Xavier Rhodes to climb up and push Devon off the turnbuckle. This enabled Kofi and Big E to isolate Bubba for a while. And the Dudleys were just starting to rally a little bit when the stream went off for me. I don't know how. The WWE Network stream went off, and I don't know if I had a wonky internet thing happen or something, but I had to re-enter it, and by that point, the Dudleys were just about to hit the 3D, which they did hit, and then Xavier broke up the pin for the DQ, and then they basically just, in other words, they basically just recreated the Night of Champions finish. DQ victory for the Dudleys, title doesn't change hands. New Day starts doing the table thing, they're setting everything up. Basically, the Dudleys rallied back and put Xavier through the table. And after that, we have what was the big selling match for the show, but was not the main event of the show. Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. And this match was really quick. Rather surprising that it was rather quick. I know show really can't go as long as it used to, but I thought it would be longer than it was. Early on, Lesnar went for a clothesline, but Show blocked it. Show countered a takedown attempt and threw Lesnar out of the ring. Big Show then chokeslammed Brock Lesnar 3 times in a row, covered him, only got a 2 count. Show tried to go for the knockout punch, but Lesnar countered that, started hitting German suplex after German suplex after German suplex, or in other words, Suplex City. Brock went for an F5, but Show, I don't think he meant to roll out of it, but yeah, I don't think they got him up high enough or anything. So Brock hit another suplex on him, then hit the F5 for the 3 count and the victory. And, Lesnar walked out of the match. Show was kind of pouting a little bit, so Lesnar walked back into the ring, hit Show with a belly-to-belly suplex, hit another F5 on him, and then walked out of the ring again. And that was it. And I think it took longer for me to explain it than the match actually lasted, so... again, kind of surprising. I know Show, like I said, I know Show can't go as long as he used to, but at the same time, you kind of thought it would be a bit longer than, I think it was 6 minutes. Alright, and that leads us into the main event for the night. The steel cage match for the United States Championship. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Even though this was in New York City, much like SummerSlam was, I'd say the crowd reaction was a little more mixed, or at least they muted it down a little bit. It was not as vociferous with the John Cena sucks chants. Early on, Rollins started throwing Cena in the cage. Rollins hit a splash in the corner, got a 2 count. Cena then hit a bulldog from the top rope, basically. Not the Rick Steiner top rope bulldog. This was a both men were on the top rope, and Cena hit it from there. Got a 2 count. Rollins hit Cena with a knee to the face off the top rope for a 2 count. Rollins tried to exit over the top of the cage, only to give up when Cena tried to go through the door. Rollins came back in and hit a sling blade for a 2 count. Cena then hit an electric chair for a 2 count. Rollins countered a Cena crossbody attempt into a powerbomb for a 2 count. Cena starts to do the "you can't see me," but Rollins kicks him in the head. Cena goes for an AA, but Rollins started climbing the cage instead. Rollins goes for a move, but Cena countered that into an SDF. Rollins started to make his way towards the cage door, so Cena got out. He started trying to go through the cage door, and Rollins managed to get enough of the cage door that he could pull it in and swing it, and slammed it onto John Cena's head. Only got a 2 count after that. So Rollins starts climbing the cage, but Cena caught him. Rollins then hit a superplex and followed it up with a Michinoku driver for a 2 count. Cena and Rollins began both then climbed the cage, began exchanging punches on top of the cage. Cena hit a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Rollins slammed the cage door into Cena's head again. Rollins countered an AA attempt with a super kick for a 2 count. Cena tried to go for an SDF again. Rollins reversed that into a crossface. Rollins then countered a Cena AA attempt into a low blow. At this point, Rollins started climbing the top of the cage. He got just over the top, started climbing down, and then suddenly the Demon Kane appears. Not Corporate Kane, Demon Kane. They're trying to differentiate them. And he comes down to the ring, and Rollins is kind of stuck, like, do I just go down into his arms and face that wrath, or do I go up and just try to pin Cena? Eventually he decides, I'm going to try to go do a frog splash off the top of the cage. Cena rolls out of the way, hits the AA, gets the 3 count, and the victory. And then Cena exits the ring. Kane makes his way into the cage, locks the door, choke slams Rollins, tombstones Rollins, and that's the end of the show. Like I said, televised house show wasn't terrible. The Cena Rollins match was good. It was very well plotted. Probably my personal favorite match of the night was actually the Owens Jericho match. I thought that one worked pretty well. The New Day Dudley Boyz was just a recreation of Night of Champions, so yeah. And that's going to be it. Next video after this will be the NXT TakeOver Respect recap and review, and then after that it'll be the Day of Vengeance review. I've started scripting that. I'm basically, give or take, a third of a way through. I'm through the Superman issues, which were the prologues. So see y'all on Wednesday.